Now, in local governments, coming to the local government, today our local governments are just places where, I mean, nobody within that place has the opportunity to even sign anything, to do anything, to execute. A local government chairman cannot even do a simple, maybe culvert in his own, in the entire local government, because he cannot, he is not in charge of the funds.
So in essence,
we have a situation in my state, in addition to even what we have today. The executive brought a bill, in addition to even stifling, that will further suffocate the local government at the state level. The bill was called for that an agency should be created, joint agency for local government, where the funds, and this particular agency, which is now, of course, some of us said no, we don't need that agency to be created. This is an agency, in my view, that will further suffocate the local government more than any other local government. We don't need that. What we need is to have a very functional local government, to have a local government at the local government level where people could vote for who becomes the councillor, who becomes the chairman of the local government, and then the chairman of the local government will be in charge of the funds, will administratively will be in charge of, since it's spelled out as the third tier of government in this country. So we really need a situation like this. Sadly, today, while I applaud the effort that has been made so far at the National Assembly, which in the National Assembly, we now have some of our respected executive governors who have been chief executive in their states. Now, they have voted yes to local government autonomy. And the question now one needs to ask, why were their states in the state houses of assembly, why did such attempt in the past fail? Why were members in the State House of Assembly, when they were chief executive, why didn't it also pass? Now they saw it. Could it be that, okay, they have now turned to be human rights activists at the National Assembly? Of course, which is okay, But I think we need to build these strong institutions, as the case may be, so that when we have a very effective, efficacious local government functioning at that level, State House of Assembly also will be able to legislators at the State House of Assembly will also be able to do their work without being intimidated, without being afraid of what probably, maybe if they are able to, if they do not look through the books very well, they will not be able to be taken care of. So for me, that is the issue. And I want to use this opportunity to call on my colleagues in the 36 State House of Assembly. Like I said earlier on, there should be men of honor. There should be statesmen. There should be people who will put their names in gold, so that when the concurrence, when these clauses that has been beautifully done, well done by the National Assembly, when it is brought to the State Houses of Assembly, we should be able to say yes
and implement
to State Houses of to local government autonomy. As I speak to you, my vote is yes for it. And I'll always continue to say yes for local government autonomy, for the autonomy of the judiciary at the state level. Whatever that in the past has been a hindrance to getting them have this full autonomy, my vote will continue to be yes. In this, even before the concurrence comes, I'm putting it on record that Honorable Rambi Ayala, representing Iliri East constituency, on behalf of myself and the people that I represent, Iliri East constituency, the answer is yes. We will be here and vote for local government autonomy. It will be yes. Our vote will be yes for state judiciary, the autonomy of state judiciary. Noble, honorable men and women out there in the 36 state houses of assembly. And I'm also appealing to the presiding officers of the 36 state houses of assembly that, look, you don't know what tomorrow might be. If you now kill this particular alteration, who told you that tomorrow God will not put you back in charge of a local government? When you have an opportunity to say yes for the local government autonomy, and you said no. So that's why I said we are a very funny set of people in this country. But I think we need to move ahead. We need to really throw off these baggages. Whatever that has been a hindrance to us in the past, that State Houses of Assembly were unable to say yes to local government autonomy, State Houses of Assembly were unable to say yes to the state judiciary and their own self. Now that the defect, whatever challenge, whatever inhibited the smooth running takeoff of this judicial autonomy and state legislature, and then the local government autonomy. We want to thank our senior colleagues, the senators and members of the National Assembly, for having cured whatever defect, and it's now ready, packaged. I can't wait for this to come to the State House of Assembly for our concurrence, and I will be. So it will be a sad moment if eventually, if the state, if we fall short of the 25 or the 2/3 requirement across the states.